Video request for today. Once we die, we will forget the world and the world will forget us. So without further ado, let's get on into it. Yes, that is very true. Once we die, it's like nothing ever happened. Although, like I always say, I don't know if there's an afterlife or not, but it doesn't matter if there is or isn't, because what we're doing here, we're having all this stress, we're having all this pressure and worries to just one day no longer live here anymore because we die, and everything we worried about doesn't matter anymore. All the stress that you have here right now is one day going to be gone, which is actually that's one thing I look forward to. But it's just sad that you can't live at peace. You got to die to most likely be at peace. The reason why I say most likely at peace, because who the hell knows what really happens on the other side, if there is another side. A lot of people believes it's just lights out. A lot of people believe reincarnation comes. You know, there's just a lot of things. I don't know what the hell happens. But yeah, but it's just disturbing how we got to live in constant stress and constant worrying rather than just having a carefree life. Some people are able to most likely have a carefree life because they may be set financially, they may be in good health, where it goes the other way where people may not be financially good or in good health. That's why life's just not fair, because it's not good for everyone. Just that your life is good doesn't mean it's good for everyone. We all deserve to be happy. I say this so many times. But it's just, that's something that's unfortunately not going to be a thing. You know, there's just a lot of suffering going on in life. And it's just, there's always bad things going on. Everything you hear on the news, I always say this, just, what positive thing do you ever really hear on the news? He just died today. This person just died. He was shot. He was stabbed. She was this. She was that. That's all you hear. All negative stuff. People say, how could I be like, you know, what could I do to be around positivity? Well, truth is, it's hard because the world is full of negativity. It's not me, or just, you know, if we think a certain way doesn't necessarily mean we're negative. It's just we're surrounded by negativity. You feel me? It's like it's hot outside. We're most likely going to start sweating from the humid heat. It's just something that's going to happen. You know? Well, it goes the same way. Life is just negative where it starts making us feel a certain way. But it doesn't necessarily mean there's something wrong with us. It's just the way life is what's making us feel this way. Whatever way it is, you know. My goal in life, and this is just me speaking, is I just want to have it simple. I just want to have an easy, peaceful life. You know, I don't look to bother people. I don't look for trouble. I just want to keep it all just simple. I don't ask for much. I just want peace. But sadly, that's just something I'll never get in this world, because this life is nothing close to peace. No, it's nowhere near peace. There is no peace. We don't have peace with each other. We look for fights. I'm not saying every single person's like this, but the majority of people are. We're on the road. We do one little mistake. It's a dilemma. Road rage starts. I did a little boo-boo, and that ends up turning tragedy, let's just say. And it does. A lot of times, little boo-boos that you don't even mean to do could just end bad. This is where I say it's just full of toxic people. Life is full of toxicness. And we're the cause of it, really. Humanity is the cause of it. In so many ways. The way the system is, the way we are to each other. It's just a vicious cycle. It's just a fucking vicious cycle. Just one minor little thing just could end tragic. I cut someone off not meaning to, or I'm going slow, or this, or just whatever. It could just be tragic. It could just be a big tragedy waiting to happen. This is the life we live in. This is why the news always has things to say, because there's always things going on in the world. And it's not necessarily good things that are going on in the world. It's unfortunately bad things that are going on in the world. As I'm making this video right now, somebody just got shot, somebody just got stabbed, somebody just got mugged, raped, you name it. There's always something bad going on in the world. What good could I really say is going on in the world right now? Very little. I honestly don't even know if I could even think of one. Somebody just got into a car accident right now. Somebody's, you know, it's just, there's always bad things going on in life. You know? And we have all this stress and worrying and just all this chaos to just one day in the end not even exist anymore. And if it is just lights out, it just proves how pointless life really is, because here you are having all these worries to just be dead, and it's like, what was the point of this? And if it is just lights out, why even be born in the first place? Why even be born in the first place? To just go right back. It would have made sense to just never be born to deal with this bullshit to begin, ever, you know, like it would just make sense to never be born here to begin with. A lot of people say you're here to suffer because one day when you do die, you're going to get that ticket to the good life for eternity in heaven, so they say. I don't know what to believe, but still, even if, let's say that is real, let's say that is true, I still don't feel like it's worth all this suffering. Why can't we just always be at peace, you know what I mean? Like, why do we got to suffer, period? What is the point? Because when you think about it, is when you were in a non-existent state, you didn't have to witness any of this. So even if you're going through hell here to one day get that good life, just think of it this way. If you didn't exist, you would never have to face anything ever. So in a way, that just seems to be the best luck of all, is never being born, period. Because if you were never born, you would never have to face any suffering or torment that life offers. You know? That's how I look at it as. I'm not saying there's such thing as a heaven. There is no such thing. But what I am saying is, whether there is or isn't, we're just coming out. They do this hell, and then we go back. You know, let's say we go to heaven, so be it. But wouldn't it just make more sense to never be born, period? So we never had to suffer to begin with. That's just me speaking, man. Because let's say there is an afterlife. And let's say you got raped or murdered. And I think I mentioned this before, but I always like to mention things more than once, a million times, because that's just how I like to be. You know, let's say there is an afterlife and you got raped and murdered. Let's say both happened to you. You're dead now, but now you're going to remember what happened to you. And that's just disturbing, knowing that I got to know for eternity I was raped, I was murdered, I was, all of the above. But if, let's say, it's just lights out, you won't have anything, you will have no regrets, basically. Because you don't exist. There's absolutely no consciousness. You're just lights out. That's why, honestly, and this is going a little off topic, this is why I feel like no afterlife is more bliss, because you won't remember a thing that ever happened. It's like you never existed, even though you did exist, but you won't even realize you ever did when you get to that non-existent state. That's why I feel like that's, in a way, better. That's just my opinion, though. I want there to be an afterlife if there's peace, don't get me wrong. But if I know for sure there's no life after death, I'm totally cool with it. But that just goes to even show you how even more pointless life is, because here we are with all this bullshit, and then here we are now back to non-existent, which when we weren't born, and now here we are again when we die. But then again, even if there is an afterlife, it's still really like, why even go through this hell regardless? Because if you never existed, that's the true gift, because you never had to deal with this stupidity. That right there, I feel like, is a big A+, because you never had to step foot into this dungeon. A lot of people say you gotta deal with this dungeon because one day we're gonna be in that real good life, which is the afterlife, so they say. But if you didn't exist at all, you wouldn't have to step foot in the dungeon, period. And that just sounds like a total win to me. It is what it is, though, unfortunately, sadly, but that's just my opinion. This goes the same with self-deletion. Let's say I end it and there's an afterlife. A lot of people claim you go to hell. I'm not afraid of that. I don't think I believe that. But whether you go to hell or not, just knowing there's an afterlife, you're gonna be known that's how you died. You offed yourself. I don't want to be known for that. Now, if there is no afterlife, then it wouldn't matter, because, yeah, I offed myself, but I won't realize that I did that because now I'm not in a non-existent state. And I don't encourage anybody to go that path. I always say that, and I always will say that, I really don't want no one to go over that edge, Trying to hang on, so I want to have faith in you people too, But I'm just saying, though, as an example, why, honestly, I feel it's better if nothing happens once we die. And maybe that is what happens once we die. Maybe it's just lights out. Who knows? People have so many different explanations of what happened, so many answers, but I don't know if they're real. Well, theories, I should say. That would probably make more sense. Theories. But back on the topic now. It's just crazy how this is all we do with our lives, man. We just have stress, constantly paying bills, constantly dealing with drama, other people's drama, family drama, whether you live with your parents, family, friends, whatever, co-workers, you name it. All this bullshit. In the end, one day, it's not going to matter. Once we're gone, that's it. The world needs you. The world's still going to keep going on when you're gone. When I'm gone, the world's still going to keep going on. The world doesn't need you. And truthfully, we don't need the world either. We were better off when we didn't exist in the world. At least that's how I look at it as. The only thing the world needs you for is to be a sucker on the hamster wheel. But if you can or you die off, it's perfectly fine. There's a replacement literally right behind you. So literally, yeah, the world doesn't need you. I mean, it could use you. Don't get me wrong. It could definitely use you. But if you're useless and can't do it, or you just randomly die, oh, good. We got a replacement right behind you. Put him in the 6 feet under the ground in the soil. He's all worm food. All right, whatever. Get the hamster wheel going. That's it, man. That's how it is. We come for nothing. Truly, we come for nothing. And in the end, we're really all going to become nothing. That's how I look at it as. There was like a quote from Family Guy. Brian the dog said, "We come for nothing." At least that's, I think, how he said it. We come for nothing, and we're going to become nothing. Then he said, "Good night, Stewie." Lights out. In other words, lights out. That's what happens in the end. Lights out. Now, yeah, I will say this. Even though life, honestly, is stupid and meaningless in a way, it should all matter of us being happy. That's what should be the whole meaning of life. I always say this, man. Because I have to say this. Somebody's got to say this. Somebody's got to drill it into people's heads. The meaning of life is to enjoy. That's the real meaning of life. To enjoy, to be happy, to feel good. And how the hell do you do that here? I don't see working as the meaning of life. I don't see being trapped 8 hours a day, if not more, in wherever the hell that you work every single day of your life. I don't see that as, enjoying. I don't see that as a gift. I don't see that as being worthwhile. I don't see good meaning into that. I just see that as you're selling your soul away. You're selling your body. You're just wasting away. Just to have a little time to say, yeah, I mean, I got money now, man. There, then I'll go put it on the bills, man. That's it. That's all you work for. You're just a sucker. You're just a true sucker in this world. We all are. At least most of us are. Especially the middle class people, that are trying to make ends meet. And I gotta work more than one fucking job and still suffer. It sucks. Then the crazy plot to it all, in the end, we just fucking croak. The end. Thank you for your service. You know how they say when you're joining the force, thank you for your service? Well, it's like the same thing when you're just a regular person trying to make ends meet. Thank you for your service. Thank you for wasting away your whole entire existence. Now you can rest in peace 6 feet underground. Thank you. You're welcome. Oh, thanks, man. Fucking crazy, man. I'd be damned, dude. This is what I was put in for. This is bullshit. But sadly, I'm here now. And sadly, we're all fucking here now. And this is the stupid shit we gotta deal with until our hearts stop ticking. And this is why some people just wish the heart would stop ticking sooner. Some people just make their heart stop ticking, if you get my drift. When people say, how could we try and cope to life? I truly don't know how to answer that because it's hard. Everyone copes differently too, Some people have certain things they like to do that helps them get by. And whatever it is that they like to do, all I can say is do it. If it gets you to, me, I don't know what, I guess I make these videos. And just in general, I don't know. I just take it day by day. I can't even tell you how I do it. I just do it. It's not easy though. It's just, I'm just trying to take it day by day. That's all we could all say, because that's the honest truth. We're all just taking it day by day. Truth is, I don't know how I'm doing it. I sometimes look back and I'm like, damn, I don't know how I went all these days just continuing this bullshit, but I have, shockingly. And all I can hope is I just have the strength to keep going until it just eventually ends. But people will be like, what the hell is the point in going all the way to the end? And the truth is, there really is no point. I really don't see any point in continuing to keep going to the end. But at the same time, I am afraid to, off myself, and I just don't want to give that type of advice to people to do that too, What I like to say is, I'm still here, which is true. As of right now, I am alive. So if I can do it, if I'm trying to hang on, and so far I'm hanging on, I want to try to have faith that everyone here could try and do the same thing. What's the point of it? Truthfully, I can't even give you an answer because I really don't see no point of it, but just try and hold on anyway. That's all I can say. A lot of people be like, just hold on, life is temporarily, and it's true. Knowing one day it's going to be over is a beautiful thing. It just sucks that it's going to take most likely forever for it to be over. That's why a lot of people be like, what's the point in to keep pushing forward? And the truth is, there really is no point. At least I don't see no point, but try and do it anyway. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not the type of person that's going to feed lies. Oh, there's reasons why you should keep going. Because truth is, I really don't see reasons why we should keep going. But I'm just going to keep going anyway. And I can only hope everyone does the same. However, people have the right to do what they want to do. But, I'm just being real. I'm not trying to be fake. I'm not trying to make up some fake lies just to try to keep people here. You know what I mean? Like, that's what a lot of people do. They try to make up some kind of fake lie or some kind of fake fantasy to try to keep people from going, crossing over to the other side. And I'm not the type that's going to do that. I'm going to be truthful. I'll be straight out. I don't know why I'm still here, but I'm here. And you know what? I'm still here and try to do the same thing. That's all I can say. If he says, but why? What's the point? I don't know what to say. That's just I'm being truthful. I really don't know what to say because I can't see what's so worth living this. But I guess there's one thing I could say. It's going to end someday. So just try and ride it out as hard as you can. And hopefully before you know it, you would at least hope it will be over. That's all I can say. That's pretty much all I can think of saying. I can't really think of anything else. There are things that make us happy in life. And if whatever it is makes us happy, definitely strive for that direction. It's just the thing that sucks what gets in the way of that direction. That's making us unhappy. There's things blocking that direction. It's the whole reason why we're feeling a certain way. And I'm not just saying because of work. That's definitely the main reason. It could be a lot of things. It could be work. It could be multiple things. It could be work, having bad health, cancer, whatever type of illness, And it's like, what do you say to those people that want to die, that have that type of disease? What's the truth is, there's no, I don't know what to say. Like, in other words, saying, I don't know what advice I can give to keep going on. Just all I can say is just try to keep going on. A lot of people be like, what's the reason? I can't answer that. I don't even know why I keep going on, but I just do. I'm trying, I just don't want to. I want out, don't get me wrong. I want out of this hell, but I don't want to be known to, suicide. I just hope to just die one day naturally, like in a sleep or something, It's tough, man, Like, if I ever seen somebody, and I think I don't know if I ever mentioned this in a video before, but if I ever, let's say, seen somebody about to jump from a, let's say I'm driving on a bridge or something, I would try to stop the person. However, I can't force the person to stop, but I would try my hardest, and the person will most likely be like, well, what's the point in going on? He's feeling a certain way that's making him feel like it's just no point. People be like, there's light at the end of the tunnel. Sometimes there is. Sometimes people are in bad situations where they sometimes eventually get themselves out of. That's absolutely true, but that's not always the case. That is not always the case. There's just sometimes the tunnel remains dark all the time. Or sometimes there's light at the end of the tunnel, but then the tunnel gets dark again. The tunnel gets bright, the tunnel gets dark. It fluctuates. But me personally, I really don't know what I would say, but I would just say, listen, I feel a certain type of way of how this whole existence is. I think it sucks. I think it's complete trash. Because the truth is, it is complete garbage. But I'm just trying to push forward. There's no reason why, but I'm just trying to do it. So please try and do the same with me, even though there's really no reason to, but I'm trying to do it, I would also probably say maybe you have family that care about you, because, that's true. You may have friends that care about you, but then some people be like, no one cares about me. And sometimes that's true, but, it's just, I wish I could give a better explanation of why to keep pushing forward, but that's just to show you how meaningless life really is, how pointless this whole existence is, because we're never at ease here. We're always under stress, fear, worries, depression, all of it. And it's all because of the way the system is, the way life itself is, and plus the way we are towards one another. It's just such a dark environment. Even though it's a bright day out, well, it's a little cloudy, it's dark at the same time, if you get my drift. It's just, life is so dark. This is why so many people feel this certain way. I would try to convince the person to keep going, but if the person asks why, I clearly can't give a good explanation or answer of why. I don't even know why I'm going, but I'm going. And just for that, I'm hoping everyone else could just try to do the same, I can't always say it gets better. See, like, that's the thing. People always say, don't do it, man. It gets better. It gets better. That's not always the case. That I'm going to be truthful with. It may or may not get better. That's the thing. It may or may not get better. A lot of people just say, don't worry, man, it's going to get better, man. Whatever you're dealing with now, it gets better over time. That's not always true. It's not always true. So I can't just straight out lie. And that's the thing, too, when a person's feeling that way of ready to just do it. They hate probably hearing people say that because they know it's all bullshit. So that's why I would just be truthful. They would probably feel more comfortable of somebody just telling them the honest truth of how it all is, rather than someone just lying, it gets better, things get better, because that's not always the case. I wish things get better, and sometimes they do, but that's just not always the case for everyone, But anyway, guys, I think I'm going to wrap it up there. I hope I'm not trying to confuse, I hope I'm not confusing anyone here. I'm just trying to be truthful and real of how I feel, you know what I mean? But I am trying to take it day by day. That's the honest truth. That ain't a lie. I mean, we're all trying to just take it day by day. I can't tell people that they should, I can't tell people what to do with their lives. That's one thing I have no control of. People want to check out. I mean, people should have the right to do what they like. I don't want anyone here to do that. you know, it really would upset me. Even though I don't know who you are physically, like in person, it would still upset me, you know. But I would have to respect your decision, you know what I mean? I would have to respect your decision. I hope you don't make that decision, but if you do, I don't know, you know, I mean, like, I gotta respect it, unfortunately, you know what I mean? I have to respect it. I don't want no one here to really do that, and I hope nobody here does that. I hope everyone can try and feel comfort in watching these type of videos, because I'm just trying to keep it as real as real can get, man. I'm trying to keep it as real is. As the word real in the dictionary is, that's what I'm trying to keep it as. But anyway, guys, I love you, man. Hope everyone can try to hang in there as best as possible. I'm trying to do the same. You know, we're all in the same boat. That's one thing I could say. Because that's the truth. We're all in the same fucking boat. We're all going through the same bullshit. I mean, some people have more problems than others. That's absolutely true. But we're all in this mess. We're all in a mess. Let's just put it to that. We're all in a mess. Life is a big mess. And we're all sadly in it. Some of us are deeper in a mess. Some of us aren't in such a big, but, you know, some of us aren't in such a mess. But at the end of the day, truth is, life is a mess, and we're all in some sort of mess. That's something I got to be truthful about, you know. But anyway, I'm going to stop blabbering my mouth and call it a day, guys. I love you all, man. Take it easy, and we'll be making more soon. Take it easy. Peace out. Love you.